Finally, I got to take my lunch.
Wow, working really hard today, huh? I hate to ask, but could you buy us some powdered milk on your way home? We're all out.
Why me?
You passed by the store along the way, so I figured you wouldn't mind.
Why don't you go yourself? It's not like you don't have time to do it.
I would, but Maggie's been in a bad mood all day. I went to get groceries earlier already, too.
So you forgot to get the milk and now you're pinning the job on me to get it done?
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Though you don't have to phrase it like that.
The least you could have done is pick it up. Why can't you do simple stuff like that? That's your job. Get that through your head already. You know how exhausted I am every single day. I have to go through this all the time with you.
Sorry, I didn't get that much sleep last night, so I must have blanked out in the store.
Excuse me? I'm the one who hasn't been getting enough sleep.
That's news to me. Why haven't you been sleeping well?
Maggie cries and cries every single night. And I wonder why. Maybe a certain someone hasn't been taking good enough care of her.
No, I've been doing my part. That's why I have to sleep during the day. As soon as she cries, I turn on the lights, give her her milk, and hold her until she stops. I've been trying really hard not to bother you.
Well, it's not working. She's obnoxious. It feels like she's doing it on purpose to drive me crazy. You're seriously torturing me here. If I don't sleep good, how do you expect me to function at work?
That's what babies do. They cry. If it really bothers you that much, then use earplugs.
Or maybe you could try a little harder. Aren't you blaming the wrong person here?
I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do.
Remember when my sister brought her kid to our house? That one stayed quiet. Why can't Maggie be like that?
Babies aren't robots. You can't just tell a baby to be a certain way. Some cry more than others.
My mom told me I was easy to take care of as a baby. I guess Maggie got it from your side of the family.
And so what if she did? Maggie cries a lot. That's just how she is. And it's fine. Deal with it. I'm fine with it as long as she grows up healthy.
But I'm over here getting sleep deprived because of her, and my mental health is starting to struggle.
I'm sorry. I'll try harder to get her to stop crying faster.
Oh, please do that. I don't know how much longer I can take of this. You may be able to sleep during the day, but some of us have work to do.
I don't have time to sleep during the day either. As soon as I get the slightest bit of housework done, Maggie starts crying again.
But that doesn't happen every day now, does it? I work every day and I don't get enough sleep every night. You, on the other hand, are prancing around the house playing with the baby all day long. Don't talk like you think we're going through the same thing. You guys are alive because of me. Remember that.
I'm sorry.
Glad you get it. Anyway, don't let her cry from now on. Got it? Make her stop as soon as she starts. It's not gonna be pretty for you if I end up collapsing because of sleep deprivation.
Fine. I'll do what I can.
Alright, I'm gonna take a nap. Do something about the milk yourself. Don't tire me out anymore, okay?
Hey, Kurt, why did you lock the front door? Let us in, please.
Oh, shut up. Go far away from here. I can't take this anymore. I can hear Maggie crying from in here. It's obnoxious. The neighbors will get on our case about it.
Then let us in the house.
Didn't I tell you already? Stop her from crying as soon as she starts. I'm gonna have a psychotic breakdown if I hear her stupid crying for another second. Oh, let me sleep, please.
I'm not getting any sleep either.
I already told you, our workloads are completely different. Get that through your head. I have to actually physically leave the house every day. I'm exhausted every time I come home. Unlike you, who just stays at home having fun all day.
Do you think I'm just sitting on the couch playing video games all day? I'm exhausted just like you are. Do I have to remind you that you're her father? You can't just lock us out of the house because she cries. That's inhumane. Plus, it's winter. How could you just leave us out here to fend for ourselves?
I gave you the car keys, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You kicked us out and threw my purse at me.
I put them in your bag. I wasn't just gonna let you freeze out in the cold. Who do you think I am?
Are you telling me to spend the night in the car with Maggie?
Yeah, I am. It has a heater, I'm not heartless. You could drive somewhere else with her too. Maybe a hotel or something. The possibilities are endless. Or buy some hot water at the gas station. You could make milk for her. See, this is my way of being nice to you.
This is what you call being nice?
Would you rather I kicked you out without the car or anything else? Maggie's crying really pisses me off. This is a good compromise for that. I can sleep and you two can go far away from me.
I can't believe this. You're actually asking me to sleep out in the freezing cold in a car with our baby? You're the worst, Kurt.
Excuse me? I don't want to hear that from you. You're the last person who should be saying that. You just let Maggie cry in the middle of the night in that house. You realize she cries because you're not doing your job, right? It's your responsibility to take care of her. You're not. That's why she cries.
You're her parent too, I can't be the only one taking responsibility here.
But you're the one who's with her the most, Heather. Think about it. It's your job.
So, you're gonna blame it all on me. Crying is the only way she knows how to communicate. We can't do anything about it while she's still young. She can't help it. Sometimes she still cries even after I hold her or give her her milk.
And I'm telling you to get that under control.
You can't control a baby. Need I remind you I'm also doing all the housework while taking care of her every day. Remind me of even one time that the house has ever been dirty. I've been doing my best to keep it clean so you can relax when you get home.
Oh, get off your high horse. Want to trade then? You can bear the burden of financially supporting the family, and I'll stay home and vacuum or whatever it is that you think is so hard to do. You're a housewife. That's your job. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. There's nothing for you to stand on here.
No, I'm not. Raising a child isn't easy, Yet I'm doing all of it by myself. What don't you understand?
And I'm paying all the bills by myself. Ever think about that?
Still, we're supposed to be raising our child together. We're both her parents. I've been telling you this ever since she was born. I've asked you to help out with her tons of times, yet you never did.
Unlike you, I have work to do.
Then how come other people with jobs are able to make time for their children? I gave up on trying to convince you of this a while back. But just so you know, I wanted you to help out with Maggie a little more.
Oh, shut up. This is the first time in a while that I think I'm gonna get a good sleep, so I'm done texting here.
So you genuinely want us to sleep in the car?
Wanna come in the house? Then I apologize. Grovel at the front door and maybe I'll reconsider. That, plus, if you learn a way to magically shut Maggie up, I'll let you in.
No, you know what? We're fine. We'll get in the car. You'll see what happens.
Alright then. Then make sure to fill up the gas while you're at it. Don't get the seats dirty either, okay?
My parents were the ones that bought us this car after Maggie was born. It's not only yours.
But they specifically gave it to me, so I'm the one who uses it, so it's mine.
Is that so?
Make sure you don't keep me awake from now on. Actually, just let me sleep. I'm turning off my phone too. Bring the car back by the time I get home from work tomorrow night. And don't show your face around here until I'm well rested. Made it home? How was your day today? You're back in the car, right?
Sorry, what?
What do you mean, what? I got worried, so I was asking if you're okay. I was able to sleep great last night, by the way. Babies crying really are the worst.
Is that all you wanted to say?
Oh, getting feisty, are we? I bet you wish you were back in here by now. Aren't you cold in the car? Have you learned your lesson yet?
So I'm the one who's supposed to apologize.
Yeah, of course. Shouldn't you be saying, I'm sorry for letting the kid cry at night by now? I'll forgive you if you do. Easy, right?
What have you done to my daughter?
What? I haven't done anything.
You know what? I'm Heather's mom.
What? Don't joke about stuff like this, Heather. It takes hours to get to your parents' house from here. There's no way your mom could get your phone.
Heather drove overnight and got here in the morning.
She did?
She said you kicked her and Maggie out of the house. Is that right? And your reason for it was because the baby cried at night. You're really messed up in the head, Kurt. You know that?
Wait, so she actually went to your house?
Yes, that's what I said. And she and Maggie are gonna stay here from now on, too. I'm never letting them go back there.
So you're asking us to live apart? I'm sorry. I apologize for this, so please just let them come back.
Live apart? What are you talking about? You're getting divorced, no doubt about it.
Divorced? No, you're kidding, right, ma'am?
I don't want to be your mother-in-law anymore.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean for this to happen.
You kicked my daughter and your baby out when she's barely half a year old. There's something seriously wrong with you if the thought of doing that even popped into your head. Do you really think anyone's going to forgive you? Do you really think anyone would hear about the decision you made and think, oh yes, I wholeheartedly agree with him? Do you even know what month it is? It's December, for goodness sake. What if one of them froze to death? That's your baby.
Yes, I realized that. I'm sorry.
I bet you don't even understand that you've done something wrong.
I do, ma'am. I think I was being very immature. It was a bad decision. But I was really at my limit. Things were so hard for me.
I don't want to compare which of you two had it harder. But my daughter wasn't even getting 3 hours of sleep per night. Child raising is harder than you think, Kurt. She even did all the housework by herself. Couldn't you have helped out a little more?
I really am sorry.
Maggie is your daughter. I think you failed as a father. Be prepared to never see my daughter or your child ever again.
Hey, Heather. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. Much better than when I lived with you, believe it or not. Maggie and I are eating well, sleeping well, getting along with my parents, thinking about the future. Bet you can't even imagine it.
I just wanted to say I'm really sorry about what I did to you. But I've been working really hard the past week for you guys, and I think it's important for you to know.
Working hard how? What are you talking about?
You told my mom about the divorce, right? She called me right after she found out. She got really mad about it and came over to our place to stay. She's been here ever since. She's been scolding me nonstop. No, seriously, she's been lecturing me about it this whole week. I can't do anything without her bringing it up. Every single day after I get home from work. Can you believe that? You have to help me out here.
I see. So your mom got mad on my behalf.
She told me through and through how tough chores and raising a child are. She told me about her experiences as a mother. So now I know just how bad I treated you. I really regret it. I don't know what I was thinking. I was too wrapped up in my own life and I forgot to think about yours and Maggie's. It must have been really hard for you, cleaning the house while taking care of Maggie every day. I really have respect for you for that. I'm really sorry for what I did. It wasn't right of me.
Glad you finally understand. I honestly didn't think that you were capable of realizing it.
So, will you forgive me? We don't have to get divorced now, right? I'll get everything ready. When you guys get back, the house will be clean, the bills will be paid, I'll have dinner prepared, the works.
Oh no. This and that are two completely separate issues. We're still getting divorced.
But why? I've been doing chores by myself this whole week. I've been going out and buying ingredients by myself on my way home from work. Mom's been giving me tips on how to take better care of Maggie and what I can do to make more time for the two of us.
Yeah? So?
So from now on, I won't make you do all that alone. I'll help out. I won't gripe about work in front of you. I'll change, please. And I won't complain about Maggie crying at night anymore. Yo, I'm really trying to change. I'll be a changed man. Just give me a chance. You have to trust me.
Nice! Then do all that for your next partner. I don't need you anymore. My life got exponentially better after you made me leave.
What? So you're actually dead set on getting divorced?
Yeah, that's the plan. Never gave any hints about changing my mind. I just spoke to my lawyer this morning. She's really good at her job. We'll be starting the process this week. I get undisputed custody of Maggie. Everything's going way smoother than I expected. We'll talk about it soon. I'm sure you'll enjoy learning about all the things you'll lose to me and all the things you won't gain.
Oh, hang on, please. I don't want to get divorced. I want to live with you and Maggie. I don't want to be alone. Oh, please don't leave. I really treasure you as my wife, and Maggie is my joy, the light of my life.
It's too late.
No, it's not. She won't remember this ever happened since she's so young. I can't miss out on her growing up. I can't go on knowing that she's out there somewhere having a good time without me. As long as you forgive me, we can start over. This doesn't have to be the end. We could go to couples therapy. You can tell me everything I need to be better. You have no idea how much work I'm willing to put into this to make this work. Remember when we first got married? Those are the feelings that I want to feel again, so that you and I can be just as in love as we were before.
That's the thing. I'm not going to forgive you. I can't and won't ever. You have no idea what I was going through. I was so sleep deprived that I could barely move literally every day. You wouldn't help out with Maggie no matter how much I asked either. Not caring for her, not feeding her, nothing. What's wrong with you? And then you'd complain to no end if I didn't do a chore. Just one dirty dish and you'd be on my case about it as if it were the end of the world. Living with you was nothing but hell.
Heather, I'm really, really sorry. I know I hurt you, but I'll make it up to you, I promise. But you have to give me a chance first.
Maybe to you, apologizing is all you have to do to get me back. But as the victim, I can't ever forget this. I don't understand why you expect me to either. You told me over and over that I was doing a bad job, that Maggie is weird for crying so much. And much more on top of it all. That wasn't the end of it. I could type for hours listing out everything you did. And then you went and told us to live in the car? That was the final straw. I knew what I had to do to protect Maggie. I can't believe someone like you was a parent. Thankfully, you won't be anymore. I hope you never have kids again.
There was something wrong with me then. I wasn't thinking straight. I think I was probably going crazy from all the crime.
I wanted you to help too. There were so many ways you could have helped out just a little. You could have spent 5 seconds to tell Maggie and me goodnight, or I love you, or not thrown all your junk around the house and expect me to clean it up after you get home from work. So many ways, and you couldn't even do one. As soon as I got Maggie to sleep, you'd come home singing. You were the noisy one. Are you sure the neighbors didn't file complaints about you? Not to mention you'd rather drink than help out with your own daughter. Pathetic.
Heather, I'm really gonna change. I'll say it as many times as I need to. I'm so lonely. I don't know what to do when I'm by myself. So please, come home.
We won't. I told your landlord that you're leaving that place in a month, by the way.
You what?
My uncle owns that home. Don't you remember? Guess you forgot. Our rent was that low thanks to my family. You should be thankful. But you never thanked him, not even once.
But you can't just make me move out of the blue like this. I don't have anywhere to go. My parents won't let me stay with them. I don't have any friends near here that have room for me in their homes, and all the hotels around here are expensive.
I gave you a whole month. That's plenty of time. Use it well. The house was in my name, so I guess I could have just kicked you out. But I'm nice like that.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I took you for granted. I know I did. Now that I have to do all the chores, I don't have enough time to sleep. It's worse than before. Cooking is hard too. It's just not the same without you. You know I'm not the best at it. You did a great job every single day. I took it for granted and got complacent. Oh, I really regret what I did. It was so stupid of me.
Don't show your face around here. That was the last thing you told me before you kicked us out, remember?
That was when I was angry. I was seeing red, so my brain wasn't working right. We all do things we regret when we're angry. Oh, please overlook it just this once.
I don't want to be around someone who says things like that when they're upset. You've had so many chances to fix this. You're the one who missed all of them.
Heather, please come home. You know deep down that you and our child can't live with your parents forever. Weren't you excited that the school district has good scores where we live? Maggie will do great once she starts school. You can't take that away from her. There's so much that could happen for us in the future. I am really sorry. I made a mistake. I don't think that you'd go for a divorce. I was really stupid. I was just taking my anger out on you. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, I'm busy right now. You don't have to apologize anymore. Save it for my lawyer.
What do you mean you're busy? This is an important conversation.
You've never listened to me either. Don't play the victim now that it's happening to you. You know that's not going to get you anywhere. I don't want to hear what you have to say anymore. It's been nothing but lies and groveling. Could you not tire me out any more than this? After that, we proceeded with the divorce. He didn't want to go through with it, of course, but both my mom and his mom were there, so he didn't get a say in it. He reluctantly gave in. I sort of wish he would have done better from the start if he really didn't want to get divorced this badly. He was probably just the type of person who doesn't know what he has until it's gone, though. I bet if I forgave him for this, he would have just done it again, but worse next time. For example, he gave excuses during the divorce proceedings. Stuff like, I was having a hard time too, etc., etc. I have no regrets about divorcing him. It was the right decision. Apparently, he's living in an apartment he found as fast as he could after losing the house. He contacted me saying the walls are so thin that it's noisy all the time there. He sends long messages about how he doesn't have time to do chores and it's stressing him out. I'm not going to block him since we have to talk about his child support payments, but I haven't been responding to him. I think it's best for him to keep living while regretting letting go of us. Ever since I started living with my parents again, they've been helping me out with Maggie. Now I have plenty time to sleep. My former mother-in-law also sends stuff for my daughter too. The people around me are so supportive. Raising Maggie is actually much more fun now. But I'm not going to take it for granted. I'm making sure to thank everyone and raise her to the best of my ability. I plan to start working the year after next, so I'm going to dedicate all my time to my daughter. I'll make sure I create a stable foundation for a good life for us.